Through the countless battles and foes our beloved characters have been against, we're always constantly met with the fact of the insurmountable power of Goku. We see throughout the arcs that defeating people who can destroy planets with the force to explode dwarf stars, people who can annihilate entire solar systems, and even multiple galaxies collapse under the power of sheer demons is nothing too hard for Goku to handle. Hello everyone, it's Jay, and I'd like to welcome you guys to the new Dragon Ball Super Power Scale. We're going to find out how strong is Dragon Ball Super in totality. So let's get into it. We arrive at New Beginnings with Dragon Ball Super and are met with a character who we all believe to be just like the rest. The god of destruction Beerus, through premonition, is seeking a rival and a challenger to his power. What better adversary than the one man who after time have defeated opponents who were greater than he was. In Goku's first confrontation with Beerus, there was an absolute realization that this opponent was unlike any that we've seen before, as we see Super Saiyan 3 Goku get boxed down by a single finger flick and a neck chop, and then later states that even Super Vegito would lose to Beerus as well. But how strong is Super Vegito? Let's analyze him real quick. In Dragon Ball Z, Vegito was the strongest character ever written. Vegito was so powerful that he was actually able to defeat Buhan, who was a threat to the entire universe via dimensional crushing. And overall just toying with someone who had the power of Ultimate Gohan, Piccolo, and Gotenks, and not to mention Fat and Kid Buu. But this fight was absolutely too easy for Super Vegito. Back to Battle of Gods, Goku states that this Super Vegito would lose to Beerus. However, many make the assumption that he means the hypothetical Super Saiyan 3 Vegito would also lose to Beerus. But making the assertion that he actually means Super Saiyan 3 is quite vague. I'm going to be using Super Vegito in this calculation, but if you truly think it's Super Saiyan 3, go ahead and multiply this by 8 and you should get your answer as well. Now that we've established which variant we're using, we now have to find a multiplier for fusion. In almost every conceivable lore for fusion, it's never just a simple addition of the powers, but an even further magnification in totality. In Dragon Ball Super, it's stated that the fusion multiplier actually multiplies your power tens of times than that of the addition of the two fighters together. So the fusion multiplier goes as such: Fighter A plus Fighter B times the fusion amp, or to highball times 100, since that's what Vado said. And when I say Fighter A plus Fighter B, I mean them at their absolute strongest. For instance, Super Saiyan 2 Caulifla added with Berserker Kale times 100 equals base Kefla. And this same logic can be applied to Vegito. Take Super Saiyan 3 Goku plus Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta times 100 to get base form Vegito. Via the databook, Super Saiyan 3 is stated to be a 400 times boost, with Super Saiyan 2 being 100 times that of the user's base. Add those two together and that's a times 500. Multiply this by 100 as stated by Vados and you get base Vegito. This in turn would make Vegito 50,000 times stronger than base form Goku. Super Vegito would logically be 50 times stronger than this, putting him at 2,500,000 times base. This is the part of the calculation where you can insert whether or not you believe is the hypothetical Super Saiyan 3 Vegito and kick up this multiplier to 20 million times base. Goku in the failed God ritual was stated to have the highest battle power in history, and Goku had no contentions with this even though he knows of Super Vegito's power. Ultimately, this means that the Super Saiyan God failed ritual has a higher multiplier than that of Super Vegito. It states right here that in Dragon Ball you need to at least emit twice the amount of energy as your opponent to absolutely dominate them in a fight. Assuming that this failed God ritual Goku would actually body Super Vegito in a fight, we can give this a 2 times boost for that, ultimately making him 5 million times base. Super Saiyan God is implied to be stronger than this failed God ritual, so we can give this at least another 2 times boost for that, ultimately making the Super Saiyan God multiplier 10 million times base. But what was Goku actually able to achieve in this form? Let's analyze him real quick. As stated in the manga and the anime on numerous occasions, Goku and Beerus were going to destroy the entire Universe 7 macrocosm with just a few punches. But what is the macrocosm? How big is it? What makes this so impressive? The first thing you have to understand is the structure of the macrocosm. In these scans here, it states that the macrocosm is actually endless and infinite. And even Toriyama himself actually made the design of a ball or a sphere only to help us wrap our minds around an infinitely sized universe. But it actually says right here that the Kaioshin realm is actually 1/10 the size of the macrocosm. If the living world is actually infinite, then how can it be 1/10 the size of that? How can you have 1/10 of infinity? This is where the idea of set theory comes into play. Here's a quick example of what I mean. If I have all odd numbers that stretch all the way out into infinity, how big is that number? Infinite, right? And if I had all even numbers that also stretched out all the way to infinity, how big would that be? Also infinite. But if I had all real numbers, which actually comprised of all odd and all even numbers, how big would this be? Also infinite, but it'd still be a higher level of infinity since it's comprised of all odd and even numbers. This same logic can be applied to the macrocosm. If it states that the Kaioshin realm is only 1/10 the size of the macrocosm, then we can just say that the macrocosm is a higher level of infinity than that of the Kaioshin realm. Now that we've got a grasp of the vastness of the universe, we can actually look to what's inside of it now. The macrocosm is actually comprised of multiple space-times. This includes the afterlife, which holds its own space-time, the Hell realm, the Elma realm, and the Kaio realm, which has its own space-time, which comes to a total of 4. We have the living world, which has its own space-time, outer space, and the demon realm. And the last space-time is the Kaioshin realm. This means that in totality, the Universe 7 macrocosm has 8 different space-times. This is not including realms like the hyperbolic time chamber or other realms that may be on other planets that have created their own space-times. Goku's actually going to destroy all of this, including every single realm that there ever was and is, with only a few punches. This means that as a Super Saiyan God, Goku is low multiversal, because to be low multiversal, you need to be able to at least destroy 2 or more different space-time continuums. This is the power of Son Goku in the first arc, but where does he scale up into in speed? There are numerous ways for you to actually calculate Goku to have infinite speed in Dragon Ball, but here's one quick example why. With the universe being infinite in size, and as stated by Vegeta, power equals speed in Dragon Ball. As one goes up, so does the other. If Goku's powers and abilities allow him to transcend the third dimension and actually destroy a space-time of a universe which is infinite, then his speed would also be that of infinite. Or you can just take the example of Kid Buu going to destroy an infinitely sized universe in a finite amount of time. This also in turn would grant him infinite speed. Goku at the end of this fight actually absorbs this low multiversal god power into his base form, meaning not only is he low multiversal in base form, but now he can stack a 10 million times multiplier on top of this, making him pretty easily multiversal. Since to be multiversal, you need to be able to destroy 1001 different spacetimes. Goku ultimately goes to train with Whis, and a couple years later, Frieza comes back. This time, Frieza comes back with an absolute vengeance and actually does not underestimate Goku in the slightest. He instantly snaps on his final form and battles base form Goku. Base form Goku is actually easily able to keep up with final form Frieza, even though he's been training for 4 months and became extremely powerful. Goku eventually unlocks Super Saiyan Blue, which basically expresses Goku becoming both tranquil and powerful, and able to keep his composure in a fight. Frieza unlocks his golden form to match Super Saiyan Blue. The color of it is gold to match the Super Saiyan that he lost to so many years ago. Before I just add the Super Saiyan Blue multiplier of 50 times, they did have a 6-month training gap between that time that they actually got stronger. To calculate how much stronger they would have actually gotten, we have to go back to the Saiyan saga to compare how much stronger Goku got when he fought Raditz to when he actually fought Vegeta. Goku goes from a power level of 416 to 8,000 in 1 year, ultimately making him 19 times stronger than he was before. And since Goku only trained 6 months with Whis, we'll just cut that number in half. This means that Goku got at least 10 times stronger between the 3 months that he's been training with Whis. And remember, since Goku absorbed the Super Saiyan God power in his base the last arc, this means that Goku right now is 100 million times stronger than base form Goku in the Buu saga. Stacking the Super Saiyan God multiplier on top of this would make Goku 1 quadrillion times stronger than base form Goku in the Buu saga. Stacking on the Super Saiyan Blue multiplier on top of this in turn would make him 50 quadrillion times stronger than base form Goku in the Buu saga. Goku actually states that Frieza is actually more powerful than he is in his arc. So from Frieza going to Super Saiyan Goku level in the Namek saga all the way up to Super Saiyan Blue Goku in Dragon Ball Super, I don't even want to think about how much stronger Frieza just got in 4 months. After the fight with Frieza, Goku and Vegeta trained in the hyperbolic time chamber for 3 whole years. As I said before with the King Kai example, 1 year equates to 19 times stronger. This would make Goku and Vegeta 57 times stronger than they were before, and this is all before they even fight Hit. Hit is definitely one of the more interesting characters Dragon Ball Super has ever created, seeing that Hit is the most deadly assassin in Universe 6, and even has some manipulation over time, even creating pocket dimensions which he can slip into to get the upper hand on his opponent. Goku watches Vegeta get bodied, and then it's his turn. Goku actually figures out how to counter Hit's time skip, but then Hit learns how to push it further, forcing Goku to use a technique that he didn't even think he was ready for. Good old Kaioken. With this, Goku's actually able to push it up to a times 10 boost and actually overpower Hit's time skip. People like to bring up the point that Goku said in the dub that he was actually moving into the future. However, this is just a mistranslation and cannot be used in this argument to give Goku immeasurable speed or being faster than time itself, since all Goku did was just be more powerful than Hit, since in Dragon Ball, if you're more powerful than someone, your hacks are completely negated. For example, we have Vegito here getting turned into a piece of candy and is still able to talk and overall just body Buhan, and this is all just because he's much stronger than him. So Goku being faster than Hit's time skip is actually fallacious, and it's more of the fact that he actually overpowered Hit's technique. But keeping in mind that Hit's actually able to keep up with a Kaioken times 10 Goku, we see that a year passes and Hit actually has a hit on Goku to actually kill him. Goku actually never turns into Kaioken in this fight and actually sticks with Super Saiyan Blue, even though he's fighting an even more dangerous Hit, since he can actually kill Goku this time and not follow the rules of the tournament, which say don't kill. Hit put Goku into a pocket dimension and Goku's actually able to overpower this with sheer power alone. But ultimately, this would make Goku 10 times stronger than he was in the Universe 6 arc, since he's actually able to defeat Hit without using Kaioken, ultimately making Goku 500 quadrillion times stronger than base form Goku in the Buu saga. A year passes after the battle with Hit and the Super Dragon Balls are reawakened. And what better use of them other than to wreak vengeance on all mortals throughout the entire multiverse? The Kaioshin of Universe 10 has this very goal in mind, with Divine Beauty being the forehand of this endeavor. So, where do we start? How about we start with killing our master, then gaining the very vessel of which we want to see extinct, and then killing every god in the multiverse and all the mortals throughout infinite existence. Goku Black eventually gains a time ring and wreaks havoc upon the multiverse, ultimately stumbling upon Earth, which he fights Trunks for. Trunks retreats to the past to see that his father and Goku are the most powerful beings in the entire universe, realizing that the future is safe as long as they're with him. Goku Black, using the time ring, arrives in the same past that Trunks resides in, eventually leading to a fight with Goku, which he stays in his base form for while Goku is a Super Saiyan 2. Unlike the manga where he actually transforms into a Super Saiyan, Goku Black's very existence is being pulled back into the future of which he came, of which Goku and Vegeta eventually follow. Throughout the many battles that Goku and Vegeta have with Goku Black, from retreating back to the past and going to fight him again, they actually show numerous strength feats to actually put them on a good level of power. For instance, Vegeta goes to fight Goku Black for the first time and gets absolutely bodied, but once he goes into the hyperbolic time chamber and trains for 1 year, he absolutely bodies Black. As I've said multiple times in this scale, 1 year equates to 19 times stronger. This means that at bare minimum, Goku Black was 19 times stronger than Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta when he initially fought him. But the thing about Vegeta is that when he fights him again, he doesn't just keep up with Black, but he absolutely dominates him in this next fight. Just to reiterate, you need to be at least twice as strong as your opponent to absolutely dominate them in a fight. That means that in this 1 year that Vegeta has been training, he got 38 times stronger. Now, Goku's power is actually very inconsistent in this arc and fluctuates frequently. In most cases, we see him at least relevant to Rose Goku Black. However, he didn't train in a hyperbolic time chamber like Vegeta did. He decided to learn the Mafuba from Master Roshi. So why he's able to actually keep up with Goku Black, I'll never know. And he's also shown some really wacky shit, like actually overpowering Fuse Zamasu's attack. Like, Goku, I could have swore you were just getting your ass beat like 5 minutes ago by the same guy. But sure, let's calculate it. Since we see Goku actually staying relevant to Goku Black, this can go either one of two ways. Either 1, Goku was already 38 times stronger than Vegeta, or 2, Goku got 38 times stronger training with Master Roshi. Either way, I'm just going to say that Goku and Vegeta both got 38 times stronger than they were before in the previous arc. Knowing that Super Saiyan Blue at the end of the Hit arc is already 500 quadrillion times stronger than base form Goku at the beginning of Dragon Ball Super, so we're going to multiply this by 38 to get Super Saiyan Blue Goku now 18 quintillion times stronger than base form Goku at the beginning of Dragon Ball Super. Now that we're at the Vegito portion, I wanted to reiterate something that I thought was super cool. I said this earlier in my video, that when fusion actually takes place, it takes the two fighters at their strongest or at their strongest transformations and then adds them together and then multiplies it by 100. This is super important because it actually explains why Super Saiyan God would be stronger than Super Vegito even if they hypothetically fused in Battle of Gods. But then in every other instance after this, base Vegito is stronger than both Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta, because once again, the fusion takes the fighters at their strongest, meaning that Super Saiyan God is stronger than a Super Saiyan 3 plus a Super Saiyan 2 times 100, but Super Saiyan God is not stronger than 2 Super Saiyan Blues added together times 100. This is why base Vegito is always stronger than Super Saiyan Blue Goku, and in Battle of Gods he would not. This means that my fusion multiplier is actually more accurate than I gave it credit for. Goku and Vegeta are pretty much done getting stronger in this arc, but I did want to go over something really quick. I find it absolutely fascinating how much stronger Goku Black gets within a few seconds. I mean, he literally gets thousands of times stronger with a minimal damage in a couple seconds. And there are theories going around of why Goku Black's zenkai is so broken. Now, throughout the rest of the show, there's no indication that Goku got any stronger in terms of training by himself and getting more powerful. We know that he goes to train with Whis from time to time, but for the prolonged period of which he stays with Whis is never given to us. Therefore, the boost that we would give to him is unquantifiable. Even in exhibition matches, there is no indication that Goku actually got stronger, only showcasing his godly power. All of this leads us up to the Tournament of Power, which I want to dedicate an entire video to. So for now, we'll stop here. Just to recap, Goku as a Super Saiyan Blue right now is 19 quintillion times stronger than base form Goku in the beginning of Dragon Ball Super, and his speed is infinite. In the next video, I'll go over how much stronger he gets in the Tournament of Power, the boost for Ultra Instinct, Mastered Ultra Instinct, all that good stuff. But if you did like this video, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button. And I can't wait to see you guys in the next one. Love y'all. Bye.